Let's get back to our top story now. Actually, I'd quite like you to be in power.
Oh, you'd love it. You could be my privy council.
It would be interesting, put it that way. Prince William has had to pull out of a church service at the last minute because of a personal matter. Kensington Palace has not provided further detail, but has confirmed that Princess Kate is doing well.
Well, Queen Camilla was left to lead the charge at St George's Chapel, where a Thanksgiving service was being held in honour of Greece's late King Constantine, who also happens to be the Duke of Cambridge's godfather. It's reported King Charles was also at the chapel at Windsor Castle this morning, but left before the ceremony began as he continues his battle with cancer.
Joining us now is royal commentator Michael Cole. Thanks for coming on board, Michael. So we were a bit blindsided by this. You will remember from your days as a royal correspondent that the royals always take all their engagements very seriously, particularly Prince William. So to suddenly, at the last minute, pull out of what was admittedly a private event, but an important event to the family, was quite sort of arresting, shall we say. And of course it led to immediate, because he cited personal reasons, which could cover a multitude of sins, of course it led to immediate speculation that perhaps he had to attend to Kate, who is perhaps not doing as well as we had hoped. The palace saying no, she's doing fine, but a mysterious, intriguing situation.
Yeah, brilliantly summarised, Kevin, and good afternoon, Alex, too. Yeah, we only have to hope that it's nothing serious. As you say, we've been advised that the reason for him pulling out at the last minute from this memorial service for King Constantine was nothing to do with his wife, the Princess of Wales. And we're also told that she is continuing her recovery very satisfactorily. You may remember, Kevin, because you have a busy life, but you and I were together on the 17th of January, that day of royal shocks, when it was announced that Catherine, Princess of Wales, had got into the London clinic for surgery.
That's right, I do remember.
And also 90 minutes later, again, we were there when the King went in, or it was announced that he was going in for treatment for an enlarged prostate. Now, at that time, I think you and I both agreed that Kensington Palace won a bit of kudos for its candour. It came out and told us as much as was decently transmittable at that particular time about what was going on. Now they're a little bit more coy. Of course, it's going to create speculation, and you've quite rightly raised the question of what is going on. Now, in the past, I'm afraid Buckingham Palace had a rather patchy record. It was often very not the opposite of candid. It was very circumspect in what it said about the royal health. I must say, on some occasions, barefaced lies were told, and we were misled. Lately, Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace have been much more upright and forthcoming, and that was only seen by me and most people as an extremely good thing and the way ahead. Now, what has happened? Other members of the royal family, you saw the Queen going into St George's Chapel there, standing in for her husband, who of course cannot interface with as few people as possible in order that the risk of infection, which must be avoided at all costs during cancer treatment, is not even possible. So he was there, but he wasn't there, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And of course, you had the rare chance to see, if you wanted to, the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, and Sarah Ferguson, his ex-wife. They were there. It's one of the perhaps a diminishing number of royal events to which they are not only allowed to go, but perhaps welcome, because, as you say, this was a family affair. King Constantine, the ex-king of Greece, or King of the Hellenes, as they actually correctly term him, he not only was the godfather of Prince William, he was also his second cousin, and the two families, and there you see King Constantine with his wife. And Prince William, being the gentleman he is, he did contact the widow of King Constantine and his heir, Prince Pavlos, to explain that he would not be there today. Now, it is unusual for a senior member of the royal family to pull out of something as important as that at the last minute. We don't know why, and I'm sure that we will be told, or as little or as much as they wish to tell us. But I think it's reasonable to ask why, if it's nothing to do with Princess Kate, and there we see her in happier times, interacting with people, then we should know what's going on.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? You know, the term personal reasons naturally invites speculation.
It does.
But probably unhelpfully, to add salt to the wounds, we've seen Prince Andrew make a bit of a resurrection, glad-handing like nothing's ever gone wrong.
Yeah, he acted like this was his event. He was shaking everyone's hand. Welcome to my party. He's not giving up his ambitions to be a frontline royal again, is he?
Well, I think on that, as Muhammad Ali said in a completely different context, there are two chances of that happening, slim and none. Yeah. I'm afraid it will be a very cold day in July before Prince Andrew is returned to public life, if ever. But of course, hope springs eternal, and I'm sure he's an optimist about that. But I think they certainly did try and make their presence felt. Because I think he feels it's rather cold on the outside of the royal family. You know, you can't be half in and half out the royal family. It's an uncomfortable position. And of course, he occupies a wonderful, huge mansion in the middle of Windsor Great Park, which might be more suited to the Prince of Wales with his burgeoning family with 3 young children. But that's a matter, I think, for the King to resolve rather than you and me and Alex.
Yeah, indeed. Michael, thank you very, very much.
Great to talk as always, Michael.